Hi guys, I just wanted to go ahead and share with you a little bit about a new series that I want to start on my channel. Psst, 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 psst. I have a product that I want to share with you. So I'm going to interject in today's video and share a little bit about this product that I absolutely love. It's Juice Plus. They're incredible, and I just have to share them with you for today's video sponsor. So if you guys have never tried Juice Plus before, this is my favorite company in the whole entire world. I have them linked in every single video that I've ever made. And if you guys also don't know, YouTube doesn't like the way that I promote healthy living, so they've taken away my ads. So I'm making my own ad. I'm fighting back by making my own ad, and I just want to let you know, I thank you guys so much for your support, your love, and just sharing this YouTube channel. We have grown so much in the past couple of months, and it's all because of you guys, and I really do appreciate it. So if you guys are needing a push in your health, something better, growing with your health, and really just maybe even feeling stuck and you just want something more, Juice Plus is a way to do that. Juice Plus actually gets shipped right to your door, and I do have a quiz for if you're not too sure if you are wanting different things in relation to Juice Plus. I have a quiz that you can fill out and get more information on. But that's all I had. So let's go ahead and jump into the rest of the video. Again, thank you guys for being here. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Cassie Ray, and welcome to this YouTube channel. This is where I share with you healthy living on a budget, hence thrifty nutrition, ways to have high quality foods at a very cost-effective rate. I also do talk about nutrition, some vitamins and supplements that I think are really good, as well as food safety, and the importance of having that in your home, because I do have a degree in both things, nutrition and food safety and food science. And so I just wanted to share that with you. And speaking of that, this series that I'm starting on my channel, starting today in this video, is all about food safety, because I find that a lot of times there is a lot of minor mistakes that we make as adults whenever cooking for families, large groups of people, parties, just for our own family in general, and we don't realize the implications that we could be potentially harboring and posing problems on whenever it comes to safety. Another reason and portion of safety is I will be also wanting to talk about more about food safety, because a lot of people are starting their own homesteads, which I think is wonderful, but they don't know any information on the safety of how to take that food and make it into a canned product, a shelf-stable product, things like that. And I do think it's important to share, because you do need to know that if you're going to be cooking food for your family. And so we are starting the series off today. I went through all of my old college books and I picked out what the really the top 10 things that I really think that people struggle with whenever cooking food in their own home. And so I'm going to share with you that today, and I am going to just go ahead and get started with the information I want to share with you. So the first topic that we are going to be talking about today is basically, how does food become unsafe? Like, what are the key things that causes food to become unsafe? Because there are a core set of, I guess, tendencies, basically there's just a core set of things that forces food to become unsafe. Some of these things are purchasing food from an unsafe supplier, failing to cook food correctly, holding food at an incorrect temperature, using contaminated equipment, like not sanitizing it properly, washing it properly, storing it properly, those kind of things, as well as practicing poor hygiene. So those are some of the things that can cause it right away. I'm going to try to make these particular videos a little bit shorter, because I want it to be easily digestible and for you to fully understand what is coming out of my mouth. So if I'm looking down, it's because I'm trying to make them very concise, because I do like to talk a lot. So I am trying to force myself to be very concise and consistent and easy to be talking and listening to these videos, because I want them to be straight to the point, easy to understand, things like that. So I have my notes down here, which is why I'm looking down in the video. But one of the first couple things that I wanted to mention, there are 3 different types of contaminants. There are biological, chemical, and physical. Biological are things like parasites, fungus, bacteria, viruses, things like that you cannot see with the naked eye. Those are things that are biological. And then we have chemical, which is in things like food service, in relation to cleaning. This could be in your own home, right? Cleaning, the contaminants of using chemicals incorrectly, which a lot of people do also in their home. And so that's important to note. You cannot use certain chemicals around food. And if you do, you have to learn to let it dry completely, or what the rules are surrounding that particular chemical. Physical things are obvious, I feel like hair, dirt, glass, those little baggy things on top of like bread, that twist tie things, those can get into your food. Fish bones, things that are already in the product that are issues, like stems, things like that. Those things can get into food. Whether you're making that yourself, whether you're purchasing that, sometimes you just have those kind of things. And if you're cooking with it, your hair can get into the way of things. I know as a mom, my hair gets in almost everything and it just kind of like falls out and it gets everywhere. That can also get in your food. So you need to be really proactive in knowing that, especially if you're hosting a birthday party or you're hosting something where you are around people and food all the time. So those are some of the contaminants. Again, I talked about how food becomes unsafe. Things like purchasing food from unsafe sources. So where you purchase your food, what grocery store you purchase it from, where you order your food from, like Misfit or anything that's like transportable, Thrive Market, all of those things you have to really pay attention to and know if it's a good, safe supplier or not. Failing to cook foods correctly, that's something that's just, sometimes we run out of time, we don't realize how long things have been in the oven, we don't know what's going on, and that can be something that can be a problem. Holding foods at incorrect temperatures. Thanksgiving. Transporting food from your house to a party, to an event, to Thanksgiving, to Christmas. Leaving the food out for a really long period of time, like for birthdays and stuff. All of that can cause problems with the food and having growth. That is not good to have on the food. Using contaminated equipment, not fully washed properly, dishes, not a dishwasher that is not doing the proper heat cycle. Those are things that can cause issues. And then practicing poor hygiene. All of those things can cause problems. Not washing yourself, not taking care of your skin and your hair and your nails, making sure that they're cut shorter if you're working in that kind of environment. Now, some of the things I wanted to talk about, I guess we will go over are, let's talk about, oh geez, there's so many. Let's talk about the time temperature abuse. These are some of the things that can cause issues. So again, food left and stored at the incorrect temperature. Food that is cooked or reheated and not cooked or reheated enough to kill pathogens. We're going to talk about later on the temperature that needs to be for each species and things like that. But for the most part, not heating up your food enough to kill any microorganisms that might have been growing in your fridge. And food not cooled correctly. So not letting it cool for 2 hours and then putting it in your fridge. Those are things that really matter. And not leaving out your food for a long period of time and then putting it up in the fridge, that can cause a lot of pathogen growth and safety concerns and related to that. Jars and canning, that's another big one. You need to cool it down properly. You need to make sure it seals. Those are all things that really matter. Cross-contamination, so like chicken and lettuce, those are things that should not be mixing. Raw chicken and lettuce. Paying attention to where your hands touch. So if you like cut raw chicken or really any raw meat at all and like touching a surface, it's a no. It's not very good. As far as cross-contamination, using different colors or different types of cutting boards for those items are really important and are really helpful. Poor hygiene, we talked about that. Again, washing your hands after every time you touch something raw. Anytime you go to the bathroom and you come back to the kitchen and cut something. Anytime that you feel like you just have dirty hands. Anytime you touch the trash and want to come back to start cutting, you need to wash your hands. That's a huge deal. And then poor cleaning and sanitizing. Again, not using sanitation methods appropriately. Those are all really big deals for food safety. Now I'm going to talk over the most likely foods to become unsafe. And then that is where we're going to end today's video, because then we're going to be talking about who is at risk for foodborne illnesses, why they are, the role of training and monitoring, other agencies, things like that. So we're just going to end on the most likely foods to become unsafe. Again, this is just the overview and all of that. So we're not going to be going in depth because I just want to give you a little bit of a hint as to why and what we're doing here. So the most likely to become unsafe foods, which is dairy and milk products, just because of temperature issues. The same with meat, beef, pork and lamb, fish, baked potatoes are a number one thing that can be a harmful, I guess, food in your life because of the fact that it can grow bacteria really fast. Tofu, soy proteins, sliced melons, cut tomatoes, cut leafy greens, anything that's ready to eat basically. Shell eggs, poultry, shellfish and crustaceans, heat treated plant foods such as cooked rice, beans and vegetables that you buy from the store already pre-done. Sprouts and sprouted seeds, which I find so funny because now they're back and they're making a comeback in the stores, but they were taken away for such a long time because they couldn't figure out how to make the food safe for people to consume. And then untreated garlic and oil mixtures. These things can't be left out in the sun. Like let's say you want to make an infused garlic oil treatment for either medicinal purposes or for cooking. Do not leave it in the window at all, like any oils, because then the anaerobic bacteria is going to flourish because they don't need any air. They don't need any air to grow. And so they really start growing really well. Again, this can happen even in canned foods if you can it improperly. The anaerobic bacteria will grow so fast because it does not need any air to grow and flourish and do really well. And so these are some of the foods to look out for. Again, milk and dairy products are always just because of time and temperature and transportation and things like that. Beef, pork, and lamb, again, temperature. Fish is temperature. Baked potatoes are temperature. Tofu and sliced melons, cut tomatoes, anything that's pre-cut or anything that you have in the store. So like a melon on the outside, it might have bacteria, but it won't have any on the inside. But once you cut through it, you'll have bacteria in it because you cut through, you took the outside bacteria and put it inside. And so some of those things are really important to make sure that you don't have, or that you wash the outsides of your melon and your fruit, because those are ready to eat products, RTE products. Those are things that you just buy and you eat. You don't cook it. You don't have that kill step. So for milk, meat, and those kind of things, you have a kill step, which is where you have the opportunity to kill the growing bacteria because you sear it and you cook it. Milk, you don't have that option all the time, depending on what it is. Melons, you don't have the option, or just cut fruit or fruit overall. And sprouts and seeds and things like that. So those are the main likely foods. And next time, in our next video, we're going to be talking about high-risk populations and why they're here, why they are high-risk populations and things like that. But this is what I wanted to cover with you in today's video. I want to keep them short so that way they're easily able to be understood, because it's kind of a boring topic sometimes, but it's a very important topic. And I think it's really wonderful for people to start really taking on their taking everything in their own hands as far as their health and the way that they cook their foods, what they make their foods, really taking in medicinal healing on their own and things like that. I think it's really wonderful that the world has started to get to that point, but it is really important to make sure that you're doing a safe product. You are creating a safe product, because it's great if you make it, but then if you hurt someone in your own family, potentially even kill someone that went to your birthday party, that's not okay. Like, that's not cool. Or let's say you share some of your food with someone. That's great and really good as a helping hand to someone, but you want to make sure that it's safe for that person to consume. So all of that to say, that is this video. I know that was maybe a little boring, maybe a little interesting, but we will continue on talking more and more. And we have a very long series on this because there is so much to touch on. And I just want to make sure that you understand everything that's out there. So other than that, I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.